Good morning, everyone. It is the same day that I'm filming the last video. This video though is going to be a little different. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a ribbon skirt. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa, and if you are new here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and welcome back. So today's video is obviously the same day as the last video, but this video is going to be a little different because I figured I would teach you guys how to make a ribbon skirt. Ribbon skirts are traditional skirts that indigenous women wear. If you guys don't know, I am indigenous. I'm Dakota, and I learned recently how to make ribbon skirts, and it's been one of my favorite things to do. It's very calming and it's very fun. So I figured I'd teach you guys how to make one as well. They're pretty easy. They're not hard. I already pre-cut like a lot of my fabric to my length, so that part's pretty easy and done. I'll explain that one still, but that part's done, so I don't have to worry about that. But then I'm going to teach you guys how to sew it and put it all together. So yeah, let's get started. So in here is just all my like beading, my dentilium. All my sewing stuff is in here, my ribbons, and then all my fabrics at the bottom. I think I'm currently out of yellow yarn or fabric, or yellow ribbon, unfortunately. So today I think I'm going to do this one actually. This really cool fabric. So for my fabric, I pre-cut it like I said. So I have this one. So basically you want two pieces and they want to be angled. I guess I could have showed you guys, but it's not hard. So you take your fabric and you fold it into like two halves to where it's the long way. And then you cut it at an angle all the way down. And then it should come out as two pieces that look like this. So it's kind of angled because the skirt will go out. So they look like this. This will be, it doesn't really matter which one's front or back, but, and then as we go along, you'll cut a lot of this off. That way it's not too long. Is going to be picking out the ribbons, so let's do that. Color is all preference. I personally tried to match my ribbons to the skirt color, so whatever fabric color I try to match it with here. This is one of my favorite pinks. It almost looks red, but it's pink. I like that. It's all about preference. I have white. That's pretty. And then I could use a green. That'll be pretty. Not a yellow, like bright yellow. I have this kind of light yellow. I'm not a fan of it though. But I could use an orange. That's pretty, hey? So for this part right here, what I'm gonna do now, or what I'm explaining, is I'm gonna lay out my fabric, and I'm going to take the fabric chalk and basically mark 5 inches up from the bottom of the fabric to where I want my ribbons to lay. And I'm gonna do that for both sides of the fabric. And both sides need to be even. So you're going to do 5 inches on each, or you can do 4 inches on each. It's all by preference. fabric is marked, I'm gonna take my ribbon white. I'm gonna start with the white. I take the end and I'll go to the end of the fabric. I usually leave like a little bit off. Pull that through. Cut at the end, I mean. Two, because that side will need the exact same ribbon in the exact same pattern. I'm gonna do the pink, the orange, and then the green. So this is the pattern that I got. I actually really love it. I'm gonna stick with it. Now I'm on to the next side. So this is the other side of the skirt. And I'm basically just doing the exact same thing to this side that I did to the other. And I'll do the same pattern and everything, and then I'll glue it as well right on top of that fabric. I personally like to use just Elmer's glue sticks. They work easy. Some people pin them, some people don't. I prefer glue. And that's it. And I will take all of the ribbon all the way up to the top with that same exact pattern and just glue from the bottom to the top. Your pattern is just your preference. Like I said before, same thing with your colors. I personally found this pattern to be the best on this color, but it's all just preference. So now to the sewing aspect of this. I personally love doing flags on my ribbon skirts. They're like the pieces that hang on the sides. I personally love doing flags. I will get to that, but first we're gonna sew these ribbons to the fabric. So I personally like to use just white sometimes with the stitching, but I also don't mind doing color matching. So finding the different colors of the ribbon and matching the yarn to it to sew it on. I think that's what I'm gonna do with this one, especially because it's brighter colors. So let's go get to sewing. So the bottom and the top ribbon should look like this, just a straight sew edge. Nothing's fancy yet. It just should look like this. Now this is where things start getting a little fancier with the stitching. You're gonna do a zigzag stitch. So you switch from the straight stitch over to the zigzag stitch. This stitch will bring the ribbon together beautifully. It'll lay flat. So you do in between whatever color you're using for your yarn, and you're just gonna zigzag stitch every ribbon together. And after the sewing, it should look like this, where I zigzag stitch the ribbon together. And you're just gonna do this all the way up to the top. Now this is where the different color yarn starts playing in. So with every color, every other color I should say, is where you're gonna switch the yarn to whatever color you want the yarn to match. So what you're gonna do with the ribbons or the flags on the side is you're going to take more of whatever ribbon you used, and then you're gonna fold it in half. You're gonna take this and you're gonna fold it in half. You're gonna take this side and you're gonna pin it right at the edge. And you're gonna do that for every single color and every single pattern. So I need 2 of these, 2 greens, 2 oranges, and 3 whites. So do that. This is what the flags should look like. You pin them in, so the cut that you part folds in. The edging is on the outside. You pin them up and out on both sides for every color. And then you pin the top layer on the top. Okay, so everything's pinned. Both sides are pinned together now. So now I'm gonna sew on the edge right here, all the way from the bottom to the top. So it doesn't really matter what yarn you use to do this part because you won't see it, but you wanna turn it from the zigzag to the straight stitch. I keep this there, same thing with that. So then I'm gonna sew, like I said, on the edging of the pins, all the way from the bottom to the top. Oh! Okay, so now I'm gonna take the skirt that it's sewed together, and I'm gonna measure how far I want, and then I'm gonna fold this to how far I want it to be. It's this side. And then I'm gonna cut it, and then fold the top half. I'll show you guys. But for right now, this is the next step. Cutting it to the length you want it to be. So now that I have that cut to my length, I took the edge and I folded it, because this is where the elastic is going to go into. So I'm going to sew the bottom of this together, and then this is where the elastic is going to sit. The like crease, I'm going to leave this open on both sides. That way I can push the elastic through and pull it on the other. Now that it's sewed together, I already started, but I'm starting to put the elastic in. So with that opening right here, you pull the elastic through. You don't want to pull this too much, otherwise it won't be elasticy. It'll just be really loose. So as you move it through, you pull this around. Move it through, and you pull this around. And then there you go. So now it's on the other side. And don't stab yourself. Grab the edge and pull in. Hold this, that way it doesn't fall through. And then start just kind of moving the rest of this elastic into the waistband. And then just start moving this around. What I personally do is I stand up, and then I try it on and I pull it up just to make sure it fits around, and then I like hold it and I sew exactly there, and then I sew it together. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so then I'm holding it where I want the elastic to stop, which is like about right there. I'm gonna sew this together in like a crazy stitch, or I'm just gonna go a couple times, and then I'm gonna fold this and I'm gonna cover it and sew it together, and that's it. Okay, and then it's closed and the elastic is done. And then now you can do your bias tape. You don't have to have bias tape, but it makes it look cleaner. This one doesn't really need bias tape, if I'm being honest, because this is the bottom. It looks pretty good. So then fold it back in, or outside in technically. There's the flags. There's the skirt. Look how pretty. Flags, you can cut them evenly. Some people will cut them in and do like the kind of triangle shape. Some people just cut them across and then burn them, but it's really important to burn them, otherwise your ribbon will fray like this. It's art, like you can see it's fraying. See how it's fraying? You want to burn that. So, but that's basically it, how to make a ribbon skirt. It's not hard, it's very simple. The colors are beautiful. Turned out amazing. Sometimes like each side individually looks really bad, and then when you put it together it looks really good. So, but this one looks really pretty, and I love the colors on this pink. But here it is. All I have to do is cut the flags and then burn them. So, but that's basically it. It's really not hard to do a ribbon skirt. The elastic, here it is. But that's it for the ribbon skirt video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you guys learned something. I have my ribbon skirt Instagram. I'll link it. It's new. I'll link it down below in the description for you guys, as well as my personal Instagram and my TikTok and all my other social medias. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. I'm very proud of my culture. I love making ribbon skirts. Thank you to my Auntie Michelle for showing me how to make them. I love them. They're beautiful. I can't wait to wear them this summer for powwows. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed these two videos that I have back to back for you guys. This next video is going to be, these next couple videos should be about NAM, National American Miss. I'm super excited about that. That's the next big thing in my life coming up. So I hope you guys enjoy that as well. But this video is going to wrap up. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. Again, my skirt page will be down below. All my other social medias will be down below at the top of the description. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.